Wade and I have just been working on a bit of a game plan.
So it just means that that line will come along and then do a little...
to step our way up the hill. Awesome. Can you have your bag? Remember how last week we poured the concrete and it was mint and it was ready to build off? Now it's filled with water. Just another example of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. We're just running out of space to get all these footings in. In an ideal world, you do all of one thing and then all of the next thing and all of the next thing, and it would never rain and everyone would be available. But that's the ideal world and it never goes to plan.
No way his truck could come in.
Hey, I'm Josh, a builder here in New Zealand. Let me introduce you to that build up there. Previously, it's Wednesday the 25th of June. And right now the site is on hold. We have a compliance meeting with the council. They're here to monitor silt control, and as you know, I put tons of mulch in, I put tons of silt fences in. So this is the silt fence, and we've just got 12 cubic meters of mulch. We always endeavour to do everything properly, and that's the message we're going to communicate to them. We're not here to fight our council. We love Upper Hutt City Council. It's full of amazing staff. They assure us that this is just a routine check. We're going to work with them.
Driving to site.
Got a beautiful sunny Monday morning. Pretty pumped. Was up there yesterday marking out with the family where everything's going. We sprayed all the kids' bedrooms and then did a walkthrough and then printed out the plan. And the whole idea is, like, Nicole and I know what's happening because we've been to 1,000 design meetings and we've had this idea, but just like we've got to communicate that to the subbies, we've got to communicate that to the kids. It was so cool. The spray paint's on the ground and we were able to walk through the upper level and say a toilet's here and a room is here and the TV's going here, and then it was real awesome hearing the kids starting to talk about who's going to get what room and what stuff's going to go in here. It's like helping them visualize it, helping them walk the land, giving them all the tricks and tips. Sorry, that's it. Hey, welcome to my fish pond. The joys of building on a slope. It's muddy, it's full of dirty water. Goal one would be draining this pond. We're going to attempt to use the drainage trench that we were planning to lay today anyway to clear some of this water, which means the builders can carry on doing their shutters. just another example of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You've just got to keep battling at it. Hey guys, if you're one of the 100K that's already subscribed, thanks so much. It means the world to me. But if you haven't subscribed, now's the time to help me hit this goal.
Just let it go down.
Boys, pretty much off
Let
the
it go
concrete
down.
now.
Yeah.
That's the only.
That's the part that matters.
So you just want to leave that open until what?
Just leave it open.
Because it's going to rain again, so you might as well leave it open, yeah.
Let's make it a goal to get the next 2 step ups poured. And you've got the cages here, right?
Correct. Yeah, I can just get on with those.
Like just a small load.
Yes.
And we'll use the chutes or the barrows or something.
Oh, actually, we're not pumping that. It's too small.
Yeah. When do you reckon you pour that?
Wednesday.
Okay. Me.
Well, because it's going to rain again on Thursday, so. So now we can just carry on and get on with getting the next step up and the footings boxed and prepped, ready to pour. Seeing as we've got a little temporary drain in to get rid of all the water that was pooling in the bottom footing. We can see what we're doing now.
All I'm doing at the moment is just sharpening the edges so it's nice and straight up and down, so the cage fits in properly.
They're all at the right height now, so it's just a case of setting cages and tying all the starter bars back in, getting the step up all boxed up, ready to go. Probably still end up with a small truck. It won't be a very big load, but we'll just do it all by hand, barrows. There's no point getting a pump. It will only be a small amount of concrete this time.
Yo, so it's Monday. It's Monday the 30th of June. Just had a meeting with the plumber, the builder and the digger driver. It's the phase of the build where you like make everything mint and then you dig it all up again to get drains in the ground. But you can't get the drains in the ground until you got the height of where everything's going. And so it's this constant like, we're marking everything out with string, we're cutting back the dirt, we're getting rid of all the dirt we've cut out, and now we've gone and cut it up and we've got a pile of dirt there and a pile of dirt there and a pile of stones there and just shit everywhere. But there is a method to the madness, and my thing now is like, okay, if we're doing that this week, then we do it, we get in, we clean it up, we seal it up, and then we move on. And that's what we're up to. Put that shit somewhere down the drain. I mean, the whole idea is we're not trying to stitch ourselves up later. You've got to do your drains first, but then you've got to build your foundation. And it's also like what's on paper does not always match what's happening on site. Yo, this would be the perfect time to talk about building your place. As well as doing my house on that build up there, I run a building company in the Hutt Valley. All our homes are a one-off design to suit your style, needs and budget. We'll guide you through the process start to finish, and with over 80 homes under our belt now, we would love your place to be next. Head to our website or click the link below to get in touch. And what about here? Yeah.
Oh no, this
Cut 2/4 of one end. It's good, eh?
longer one's on the two bottom, shorter one's on the two.
Straight. Wade and I have just been working out a bit of a game plan to step our way up the hill, and it's like a Rubik's Cube where every time we move one side of something it like has a flow-on effect. Right now the biggest thing is we don't want to cut out too much earth, only to take that away to have to bring more in, but we're just running out of space to do all our things, to get all these footings in. And in an ideal world you do all of one thing and then all of the next thing and all of the next thing and all of the next thing, and it would never rain and everyone would be available, but that's the ideal world and it never goes to plan. So we're slowly stepping our way up the hill with the footings, and then we've got a massive footing over there, but we've got to drill our studio piles there and then pull ourselves out. And it's frustrating because we just want to do the build now, but I know from experience if I don't sort out the landscaping areas now, it'll be even harder and even longer on the tail end of the build. I'm trying to be patient, slow is smooth, smooth is fast in the long run. And this needs to go down about, can you set that up somewhere? Well, I reckon everyone takes a break, just trying to be methodical and work with the weather. So last week we decided, you know what, it's raining on and off, it's pretty shit. We need a clear weather window to move all this dirt, and we're doing that. It's going to work. Awesome. Good to have you back.
Get the digger going, get them drilling holes. So I've been out marking, remarking the ones that have been knocked out, so that I'm in front of them. It's the holes for the studio. Then it should be all holes marked so we can just get on and drill, and then I'll shift some profiles and sort some bits and pieces out in readiness for attacking the next stage.
We use 2-1 somewhere obviously.
So those back holes.
Cool. Right here I'm standing in a little 1-bedroom studio that's going to get built, and this is going to be our treehouse, our guest accommodation, our work from home office, basically just again making use of future space. So first thing we have to do here is drill down 2 meters. See the string line there is the floor height. We're going to build, it's real deceiving because it's in the ground that much there and it's out of the ground that much there. Mini cut and fill, mini me. Like from here, all along here.
That's 3-9.
So you do it, Sam?
Was it easy?
Was for us. Could have built a smaller house, Josh.
Why is this build taking so long? Well, why does any build take so long? I'm sure you drive past sites and you're like, man, they've been doing that for ages and nothing's happening, and then boom, out of nowhere it pops up. The planning phase for a build, this one here took 13 months from purchasing the section to consent granted. And then realistically the foundation phase is going to take 6 months. I think we've still probably got another 2 or 3 months before we're going to go slabs down. Even if you stack a schedule, first up we're dealing with the weather.
The wind is blasting in here. Woo!
I don't know if it's been one of the wettest winters in history, but it sure feels like it on site right now. We're dealing with the sequencing of a project. There's phases where lots of people can do lots of things in lots of different areas, but there's also phases where it's like one step after the other, building blocks, and we have to do this, to do this, to do this, and often those people need the whole site, they need it for themselves, and we're getting better at sequencing the project to hit those goals. Beautiful.
Oh, it looks way better. It was mint until he had to drive his digger back across the...
Leave any traces behind.
Building's slow and tough, and especially in winter, especially on a sloping site. Dealing with the rain and the mud on a flat site is way different to dealing with it on a sloping site. Let me show you some of the erosion control we are doing. This here is called a silt fence, so it goes below the dirt level and along, and then we've filled it with mulch. The theory is as the water runs down the hill, it gets trapped in here. Whenever rain goes over bare earth, it doesn't just end up brown, it ends up like trapped with all this fine silt. So we're stopping as much of that as possible, leaving our building site. We're following all the rules. We've actually got 2 layers. That's also why we've planted out the bank with 360 natives. The goal is to cut the earth open and seal it. Seal it with mulch, seal it with base course, put concrete over it, put grass and topsoil and plants back over it. Wherever we can, just seal it up straight away. Basically, the name of the game is to stop erosion, you know, when you're doing earthworks, containing the earthworks to your site. Crazy little thing that people don't think about. So we've also managed to start drains. Josh, the plumber, has been on site. He's laid stormwater and sewage the whole length of the section.
And then we've got to put pea metal below the pipe stand on top of it and all the way around it.
And we have backfilled that trench. So that's got a bunch of drainage in it, drainage metal, then some pipes. That's going to run up into the building. That's going to catch the stormwaters from the roof. It's going to catch everything from the loos and the showers and the kitchen sink, send that back into the system. Our main connection is in the corner down in the bush over there. So that's going to be a super fun job, finding the main connection and then bringing it up the hill. For now, we've run it to the edge of the hill, passed another council inspection with that, which means we can backfill. Now we're going to tidy all that area up and remulch all of this. When we drained this, that was all caught by our silt control as well. As soon as you build on a slope and as soon as you build your dream home, it gets more and more complicated, and so you're getting layers of complication on top of each other. Big gnarly footings that have to go down 2 meters because of the earth. Big home with lots of complicated details, split level. Not only is it 3 levels of slab, 2 of the levels of slab have multiple step-ups in their foundations to work up. Basically, we're having to go down to hit good ground to go up to build a flat. This is our floor here, so now we have to bridge the gap from here to here. Yeah, there's so many levels, and there's no starting point. Right now we're just working with string and temporary profiles, and we're in the mud, and every time it rains we need to clean this back out. We come to site, we're like, what slipped over today? But you've seen me at the other end of Upper Hart, as we spent 7 months on the side of a hill, and then boom, a slab was down, and 10 weeks later we had a roof on, we had windows in, we had the building wrapped. And I know that will happen here. I've done a bunch of these houses now, and I know this part of the process. It's like, the only thing I can relate it to is running a marathon. And you just have to you just get into this point where you just have to grind away, just one step after the other. Sometimes it feels like you're going nowhere, but slow and steady wins the race. If you're moaning about content and why is there no action on site, you're gonna get heaps of slow, muddy, building vlog style action. We're gonna be in this foundation phase for another 10 weeks, guys. So if you need some action, if you need some visual progress, come back in 10 weeks. But over the next 10 weeks, we're going to explain the drains, we're going to explain the foundation system we're using, we're going to give you some on-site quips and action and tidbits, and we are going to break down the process. As well as that, we're visiting the concrete factory, we're going to go and check out the quarry. I'm off to visit a forest where our timber's getting made to turn into our frames. There is so much we're lining up for this build. It's going to be an 18-month build. It's going to be slow. We're going to deep dive into all the different parts. That's what this channel is a deep dive. It's not a quick flick. If you're here for quick visual progress, go check out our old videos and come back to this one in 18 months. But if you're here for the daily grind, I'm here for the daily grind, and that's the kind of videos we're making for you. Old time-lapse camera, new time-lapse cameras. Doesn't look like much, but the site has changed so much. Yo, sign up squad, you've made it to the end of another video. Thanks so much. In this episode here, we've talked a lot about how you, the viewer, and me, we want heaps of visual progress. Don't worry, I love visual progress and it's coming. There's going to be some big milestones, but you know what makes up big milestones? All of those little things coming together and being done properly, and the thought and care and correct spacing of all those details is just as important, if not more important, than that final layer of mint fresh concrete. And that's the thing with building a house. It's like an iceberg. What you see being done is probably 10% of what's actually being done. The details, the amount of things that are getting tied together, the amount of spacing, the amount of thought that's gone into all those things. And that's what we're bringing you along for the ride with in these foundation episodes. Comment below your specific niche foundation questions.